Hey, what is going on, everybody? You already know it's Wednesday. It's 9:30. You already checked into the Out of the Box show. Them 215 boys. My name is Paul Spencer. I'm with the Tower of Power, Matt Klein, the TOP. And of course, at the
What
bottom of the
up?
screen, we got Cowboy Dave Yarnell. What is going on, fellas? How are we feeling? Sitting at 3-1. How are we feeling?
I'm not satisfied yet.
Uh,
Oh,
I'm 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 loving it.
Yeah, I
well,
love it, but I'm not satisfied yet.
No, I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. I'm getting
Well,
there.
so, that's we're going to open the show up right here. Dave, we'll let you start with this one here. We're sitting at 3-1. Listen, I got pom poms in the closet. I ain't gonna lie, but Dave, have you brought your pom poms out yet? I'll let you go first, since you.
uh, no, I'm not. My pom poms are not out yet, but I'm getting there. I'm
You got the
getting
you,
there.
you got the
It's
door
in
you
the
got the door
reach.
open. You got the
The
door open, right?
the door's open, but I haven't stepped in yet.
All right,
Tom,
okay.
I'm getting there. Just this weekend, my pom poms will start to come out against the Rams, and then we'll
So,
see
so
where
you
we're at.
definitely got the door open, and you know where they're on the first
Oh,
shelf.
the
So
door is definitely open. I just got to step
okay,
in.
He's got one foot in. He's got one
okay.
foot in already.
Matt,
I well, I got one toe in. I'm not there yet.
ooh,
I don't even
hey.
have the damn door open yet.
I don't. Matt, I'm with you. I don't know where I put them in their house in here. I don't know where I put them. I know I
Oh
have them,
god.
but I don't know where they're at
Hey,
yet.
at least my door's open. It's a good start.
Listen, mine are still dusty from like 2 years ago,
I'll probably go
3
back
years
and
ago.
yeah, I'll probably go back. They
Hey.
I
probably got
like dust them
cobwebs on
off.
mine. They got spider webs on mine. But hey,
Nah,
let's talk about it. Let's go ahead, Matt. What were you gonna say?
Ah,
I mean, I don't have them out yet. I mean, yeah, the
come on.
defense is doing their thing right now. It's a little impressive. Cooper Rush is doing their thing, but
Mhm.
listen, you got back-to-back games that are going to
Yeah,
be our big test.
Yeah, the
Um,
next 2 weeks are gonna be tough. Next 2 weeks are
yeah,
gonna
I
be tough.
mean the Rams are coming off a big loss,
hmm
Yeah.
and they're not no cakewalk. And then you got the damn Philadelphia Eagles right behind them.
Yeah. Well, let's not worry about them until next week.
yeah,
Yeah, but I'm just saying
yeah.
you have two back-to-back teams that are quite capable of spanking our ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
So listen, if we come into this week, we beat the Rams, and then we go and beat the Eagles. All right, maybe my door might crack open, but
Hell, if that happens, Dave's gonna be hopping on like this with the pom
oh
Hey,
poms.
god,
hey, Matt, answer me a question. Answer me a question.
what's up?
Real quick. Are the Rams on a Super Bowl hangover, or is it just me?
For sure. No, they're
Okay.
hungover. It's like
Okay.
the here. We'll crack on the Eagles because they're all fucking. Are freaking sorry. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to curse like
Right.
that. I don't curse like that on live.
I know you
Um,
don't. I don't think I've
Only
ever
on
heard.
this,
so
only on this show, Matt. Only on this show,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
See, I don't
yeah.
think I've ever heard you say anything like that ever.
Yeah, no, not
Oh,
live.
you haven't heard Matt during a Cowboys game, have you? Like literally
No,
talking to him.
Oh God,
I'm not.
listen,
I'm not next to him, so I wouldn't
yeah,
know.
you don't want to. You can ask my wife. It's bad.
Mm.
I'm
You don't
sure
want
it
to.
is.
No, but I mean, yeah, I feel like they're like the Philadelphia Eagles after their Super Bowl win. They were
Right.
high the past 5 years, 4 years.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a good game this week.
I'm
The
ex-
only thing that I
it,
don't,
it,
the only thing that's like got me like comfortable is that the Rams offense is not
Mhm.
great right now. They're giving
No.
up. They gave up 16 sacks this season, the most in the NFL.
Yeah, he's
Right.
just right behind
So
Wentz, and that's it. Him and
yeah,
Wentz lead the
right.
category in
I
sacks.
mean, are they missing Odell?
I think they're missing
Oh,
a lot more than that.
they're missing.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
they're
I'm saying
definitely.
a big piece of that offense was
Yeah,
Odell Beckham. So I'm saying.
Odell
Definitely.
Beckham's a big party. I mean, he's a big part of any team he's on.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they have a lot of weapons still. I mean, they have Cooper Cup, they have Aaron Donald. I mean, they have
Yeah.
weapons
Mhm.
Yeah,
that
I
if we
agree.
don't stop them, I mean, you have our rookie Smith is going to have his hands full this week,
Yes, he
and you
is.
know Arnold's
Yeah.
gonna he's going to be on him the entire game.
Sure.
So, because
I
that's
agree.
good
Mhm.
coaching, you're going to put your veteran against a rookie.
Yeah, but for the most part, Matt. I mean, Smith has really held
Oh,
his
he's
own for
holding
last.
up.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's.
absolutely.
I mean, are we surprised on this though? I am. I
No,
mean,
I mean, well, surprised on what aspect?
like him holding himself like to
Oh,
like
listen, I
you know.
actually thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to do great things. I thought he was going to have a lot more penalties against him.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah,
he's
I
cleaned
mean,
that
like
up this
just like
season.
in
That's
college.
surprising. Yeah,
Well,
that surprises me.
Well,
But
that's
I
coaching too, you know.
yeah,
I mean,
this week's it's really going to tell us a lot about him.
okay,
Mhm.
How he plays against one of the best defense ends in the NFL.
Sure. It's gonna be tough.
So if
That's
he
for
can
sure.
stop him, hey, listen,
Right.
I'm all for it. But I think
Mhm.
Peters is going to have to help out on that side a little bit
I,
when he
without
can.
a doubt.
I agree.
And they're going to have to, just run away from him pretty much.
I mean,
Opposite
are we
size that he is.
excited about Peters right now? Because I am. I'm
Yeah.
very excited. About Peters.
Oh yeah, he surprised
Yeah,
me too because it's like
Well,
at the same time, like we're relying on a 40-year-old man that in Philly
Mhm.
he was not terrible. He was one of the best, but on penalty wise, he was terrible.
Sure.
So it's
I agree.
a little scary when he's on one of the teams that are the most penalized in the NFL.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
So-
do you think with Peters working with Smith is like really? Can you see the
Oh,
difference? I mean,
Definitely.
and on the line, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Well, I
I
mean,
understand.
Peters he was never like what word am I looking for? A bum.
Right.
He
No, never.
He
No.
always held his own and was capable of. I mean, we've always had problems against Peters when he was in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean,
So-
you look at Peters. The only thing downfall he had is, of course, is his age and injuries. Otherwise than that,
Yeah.
he's a solid, left tackle,
Absolutely.
solid for years and years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why he's a future Hall of Famer.
Well, and technically he did play 13, 14 games with the Bears last season too. So you
Exactly
gotta give
right.
him that,
Well,
you know?
speaking of that, let's just talk about it here. We go recap versus the Commanders. I mean, yes, we went in there 2-1. Now we sit at 3-1. But
Mhm.
let's talk about this game. I mean, let's start with the the elephant in the room, which is the offense. I mean, we'll talk about the defense, of course, but let's talk about this offense. What did you guys see in this offense? I mean,
Can I just say one thing?
you can,
Welcome back,
you
Mike.
can say much as you
I
want.
know, I know. Welcome back, Michael Gallup. I'm very excited.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree
Yeah,
100%.
it doesn't look
He
like he
looked-
missed a beat.
No, I
Yeah.
mean that move where he caught the ball up in the air and it was just a beautiful ball right to him. He brought it down and just like the announcer said, "Welcome back, Michael Gallup." And
Yep.
he showed some speed on that cut move too, like in the back of the end zone. I mean,
I love-
I was watching it again. Lamb was sitting there in the pocket, right, at the goal line, not even moving, and you see Gallup fly past him right to the
Mhm.
corner of the end zone with speed, and that catch. That said, you know what? Just like you said, Dave, welcome back, Michael Gallup.
I love the guys call him MG. They don't call him they call him MG. I love it. I think it's just hysterical.
MG13.
MG13. Yeah, it's
And
great.
you know what?
I
And
love
it showed a lot of teams watching, like, okay, you know what? You can key on Lamb, no problem. You can key on
Right.
him, but you know what? MG13 is back right now. So you know what? We got a left side and a right side, and pick your poison where you want to go now. But other than Gallup, of course, what did you guys see? I mean, he had a hell of a game.
it. And of course, Noah Brown stepped up again, guys.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a step up the entire season.
I agree.
Just those. I mean, and then I didn't see like. I have Schultz on my fantasy team, and he got me nothing.
Nothing. He
He
did
got-
nothing.
It's like he had
I have
balls thrown
too.
to him, but it's just
Yeah, he had 3 targets, no catches, no yards.
I mean, I think
Wow.
he's a little scared right now.
I think it's the
with his
injury. I think the injury. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
I agree with
which
that.
is terrible because Schultz is like
Mhm.
almost a guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree
You
with
know,
that.
like a Jason Witten.
Mhm.
But
Right.
I mean, he struggled. We had a great protection
Right.
against Washington, but I mean,
Yes.
I don't know if that's saying a lot. Chase Young's not playing.
Right.
You know, that would have been a different situation completely.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But we had great protection, and I mean, there was a couple rushes. What did Cooper Rush get sacked once, twice?
It was
I
one,
think
if I'm not mistaken.
it was once.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which isn't terrible. I'll take one sack
No.
all game. That's
It's
I mean,
fine.
that's fine.
Yeah, it was not a bad game. The offensive line
Yeah.
solidified what they had to do. So this I'm looking at it now. Cooper Rush had 1 sack for 6 yards. And listen, man, we came into this year thinking like after losing Tyron Smith, losing McGovern, losing Williams, losing Collins, like, oh shit, we're screwed. But hey, you know what? I know, just like Matt, you said, Washington is not what it is without Chase Young. Yes, they have 4
No.
first rounders without Young. But you know what? This offensive line is young. We only have one guy, Zach Martin, out there playing with basically 2 rookies, and Baez in his second year, and we have the aegis wonder at our left guard position. 1 sack, 6 yards. I'll take that any day, man. Any day of the year.
Yeah, right.
Not a bad. Not absolutely. Why wouldn't you? I mean,
Mhm.
come on.
Yep. I mean, they're holding their own right now. They definitely are holding their own right now.
I
Yeah,
gotta be honest. I didn't think much of the running game this week. I really didn't. I didn't think it was that.
No, I mean,
Wasn't.
you look at it. I mean, we rushed the ball. It was balanced. I mean, Cooper Rush dropped back 27 times. We ran the ball 29 times, but
Mhm.
for 62 yards, man, it's got to be a little bit open. It's got to be a little bit more than 62 yards total.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. I mean, Zeke only had what 49. I mean,
Yeah, Zeke had 49.
Mhm.
Rusher being, the second leading rusher is Cooper Rush at 7 yards. Pollard 8 carries for 6 yards. The running game
6 yards. Wow.
6 yards on 8 carries. It wasn't there this week, but
Yeah, I mean, but do you see the game plan as we were going to have Washington's defensive line's not that great. We're going to have time to throw the ball, so they stepped away from the run game, which I don't like. I mean, you have 2 solid running backs right now.
Agree.
Use them, man. Use them.
Yeah, Zeke and Pollard is. I mean, he's a freak of nature that can pick up 20 yards off one carry multiple times. But Kellen Moore, I mean, and this is the stuff that really irks me because you're going away game plans that have been working.
Right.
So why not continue to run the ball and then your play actions and going, deep to CeeDee Lamb? You got MG back.
Keep it balanced is what you're saying. I agree.
Yeah.
You have to keep your defense on their toes, man. If you come out there and you just Kellen Moore likes to run the ball, say we run an 80-20 offense running the ball. Well, then you know what? The advantage is you put 8 in the box and you're not going to throw the ball. Vice versa. You got to run the ball out there to keep them on their toes. This keeps the secondary, fresh. Thinking okay, what are they going to do? They can't put 9 in the box. They can't put 8 in the box. You have to play a quarter of zone defense. But I mean, Kellen Moore did try to do it. But I just don't understand, look what the Eagles did to the Redskins, the Commanders, I'm sorry. They ran the ball 2 on them. Right. Why not? Why can't they run it? They showed you a game film to do how to beat them, convincingly, which we did as well. But the thing is, look at the weeks prior, see what the game plan of what their advantages and disadvantages are. And that's what we need to do. I like the running game, but just like Matt said, man, you got 2-headed dragon out there. Zeke and Tony TP. Give them the rock, man. If they have a bad game, keep feeding them. Keep feeding them because, our offense is not going to score all the time. We can't score every down, every possession. We got it. We got to sustain long drives. Like last week, we had a 85-yard run, possession. That's what we need. We have to do that. Those long sustaining drives. Our defense is our team.
Well, you got to keep the defense off the field as much as possibly can. I mean, we know that. I mean, they can only do so much.
Right.
I mean, but I love. I mean, like I said, if he keeps it balanced, I don't see why. I mean, it's been good so far. Keep going.
It has. I mean, go ahead, Matt.
But I see him stepping away from the run game now that MG's back, which is going to hurt us.
I agree.
When you start getting these good defenses, they're going to shut down the pass game.
Well, you're spreading it out more. Wait till Washington comes back. It's going to be even more.
Well, it goes back to like last year. Of course, we led the league in passing with Dak and the weapons he had. Of course, you abandon a run and you go play happy, pass happy, and that's what you're focusing on. Yeah, Dak can throw the ball 45, 50 times a game, rush the same thing, but you have a balanced offense out there, which you can run the ball, throw the ball. Because Matt, you and I know, Dave, we as well. You run the ball, it sets up your play action, man. And it makes it so much easier downfield.
You're coming up on 2 games that their secondaries are actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have Ramsey out there next week,
This week against the Rams, you got Ramsey back there. You got decent. You have a decent secondary you're going against.
Right.
And if you want to get pass happy, we're going to eventually throw picks and could be run backs, but turnovers are going to kill us.
Paul, not that it matters, but what is the Rams' record? I don't even know.
2-2.
Either 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
2-2, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought they were 1-3. My fault. Okay.
I think they're 2-2. I can double check for you real quick.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're 2-2.
They probably are. I'm sure they're 2-2. Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Well, what did you guys think about? I mean, speaking of the offense being, pass happy right now, and we're running the ball, but why do you think it's only 26 or 40? Not even 50 yards running the ball last week. Why do you think that is? Is there an issue?
I think it's what Matt said. I mean, they spread out the offense, and they're just like with Gallup coming back, they were pass happy. I think it's pretty much what it was.
Okay.
I think so. That's just me. I mean,
they're probably testing multiple things out, but I mean, hopefully they learn off this game that I mean, thank God we won 25-10.
Right.
Yeah. we can't get away from our game plans. We can't just stick to one side of our game or the pass game.
But you got to admit that pass he threw to Lamb in the end zone. That was sweet, man. That pass was right on the
That was
money.
a great catch too.
I mean, Lamb was right there.
I have to admit, Cooper Rush has a hell of a ball. He really does.
Dude, when I was down at the Meadowlands, I'm watching his ball. I'm like, he's a nice rotation on that ball. He throws it really good. I mean, I have no problem with Cooper Rush. I really don't. I don't know, maybe you guys. I don't know.
That brings it up. Cooper Rush. Let's talk about him. I mean, of course, we'll have the same topic here. Dak, he's still gripping the ball. His issues gripping the ball. But let's just say, you got a $45 million quarterback out there who is a franchise of your team. Yes, you paid him the money. He looked bad in week 1. He sat out week 2, 3, and 4. Cooper Rush comes in 3-0 this year, 4-0 overall. Is there a quarterback controversy? What do you say?
You can't. As much as you want to, you're paying Dak. You can't sit him. Just can't. I mean, as much as you
I don't agree. Matt, what do you have? You're the tiebreaker.
He's your franchise quarterback, Paul. You cannot.
Listen, you're
going to sit him paying $45 million? You can't do that. Come on, you know that. Come on, even you know that.
I think and what's going to happen is two different things.
Yeah, I agree with this.
I mean, we should go with the hot hand.
I'm not saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm saying,
but in the sense of the word, like you're paying a quarterback $45 million a year
to sit on the bench.
Sure he earns it, and you're not going to want him to sit on the bench to earn $45 million.
That's my point. You can't do that. You can't do it as much as you want to. You can't.
But let me flip it real quick. I agree with Matt what you're saying. I agree, Dave, what you're saying as well. But let's put this in a different aspect. Okay, Matt, being a lifetime Dallas Cowboy fan, what do you want to see?
I mean, I want to win.
What do you go with?
I want to win too.
I got to go with the hot hands.
Okay. Here's the deal. You go with Dak, and if it's not working, then you go to Cooper Rush.
But why put him up there when he had a hand injury with a surgery?
Right. I'm saying, but if Dak,
because what I feel like is that they're rushing him back.
Right. My point is, let him sit. It's fine, and I'm okay with that. But I'm saying once he comes back, and if you don't see production, and then you go back to what was working.
See, I'm a little bit different. I think just like we want to win, of course. That's the main aspect of the game, as being as fans, of course. But to me, listen, you're 3-0. We didn't think we were going to be, 3-1 sitting at this point. Honestly, I don't think anyone honestly on this panel did say we're going to do that. We're sitting at 3-1. We're still in the heart right of the NFC East with probably the best team out there, the Eagles, of course. But here's I would say. We're going Cooper Rush. Listen, we're going to ride with the hot hand. I think this tells Dak, like, listen, he's came in here. He's proved his point. We're running the game. We're winning the game. The defense keeping it in the game. You're always going to be over his shoulder no matter what. We know who the franchise is. Cooper, go out there and play the game. Listen, if it's a little bit too much for you or you get down, we know Dak's right there. It's his team.
Right.
But you know what? Take the bull by the horns. You got the command of the ship. Get out there and do it. But that I don't want to bench Cooper Rush for what he's done to this team. And I know he's not Carson Wentz. I don't want to use him ever in that category. But I don't want his mindset ever to be like a Carson Wentz. I went out and won you games, and you benched my ass.
No, I don't think Cooper would take it personally. I really don't, because I think he's put.
I actually don't think so either. I think he understands his role in the.
I
understand that 100%. I mean, I just don't want his mindset. Like, listen, I'm 3-0. I went out there and did my job. The playbook hasn't changed. I'm running the ball. We're throwing the ball. I'm doing what I can to win this game. But I know he's not Carson Wentz. I would never use him. Comparing him to that, I just use the name. But I'm a coach. I go with the hot hand. If you're winning me games, don't fix it unless it's broke. And if you see a little crack in that break word, then Dak, here you go. It's time. Shake the hand, pat Cooper on the back. Let's go, Dak. That's what I would do.
Well, Dak has been behind him 100%. From what I see, right. I don't think Dak's upset about anything.
We don't know his mentality. I'm not speaking, like that, but we don't know Dak's personality. We see it on camera. Of course, you're going to be with the pom-poms up. Yes, Cooper, yes. But what is his really mindset saying? Like, I'm back in 1 week and I know I'm going to start. I don't care. I'm starting regardless. I just don't want to. I want the best for the team, honestly.
We all want what's best for the team. I get that. But
That's it.
but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you cannot sit a $45 million quarterback on the bench. You just can't do it.
All right, Dave. Let me put this in your hands. If you got if Cooper Rush goes, let's just say it's week 15. You got 2 games left, of course, and it comes down to being. Let's just say we're 10-5, and 10-5. The Eagles are 10-5. Okay. Cooper Rush has played the entire season. Dak is so great in practice now. His hand feels better. He's running this, running that. Are you going to put him in at that point too, being though he's a $45 million quarterback?
If he's running the offense as good as I think he can, sure, why not?
Even though Cooper Rush has won you, let's say 10 games
out
of the season,
what would you do? I can't sit my quarterback. He's my number one. He's my starter. He goes.
Dave, if you were one of my coaches, I would lock you in a room and throw away the key if you said that to me in week
That's
16.
Fine. Lock me in a room. Do what you got to do.
I understand, but I just can't. I have to go with the hot hand.
If Dak can run the offense just as good as Cooper, what's the difference? It doesn't matter.
But I honestly think at the same time, Dak's going to give him the respect that if he wins those 10 games, he's like, dude, finish it.
Exactly. Well, Romo did too. If you want to be honest, come on. When Dak came in, and Romo took a step back when Dak came in as a rookie, right?
Yeah, I think that was a Romo was done his career.
Yeah, I think that was a different situation where that was, he knew his nagging injury with his back. I think he was done. And you know what? You got to give the young kid, the role of the starter now.
But you were still paying Romo at the time. I mean, he was your starter, wasn't he, originally?
True, but I think every starting quarterback makes at least $20 million a year. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but
okay, now we're talking $45 million for the next 4 years. So
yeah,
whatever.
Right, but, as a fan,
come on.
You want to win, though. You want to win too, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm not paying the $45 million, so I can.
Right. It's not coming out of any of our pockets anytime soon.
Right.
So I mean, and Jerry makes the final call. Right. I mean, seriously.
But let's get back in.
Jerry is really causing problems in Dallas right now.
Well, he hasn't been bad. He hasn't been bad though. The last 3 games, I really haven't seen much. I mean,
yeah, he's starting the quarterback situation.
He's stepping back too.
No, that's all about his last
week. He's saying, Cooper's could be starting over Dak. Now you're starting this whole thing over.
No, he said Dak's still a starter. He just he's pushing Dak faster than he should be. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't think that way. I took it that he's.
That's how I read it.
Well,
I
don't think so. I welcome a quarterback controversy. To me, listen to me. Either come out and just say, like, you don't want to, me and Matt's the quarterback here. Don't, Dave, don't come out here and say the better man win. Hey, listen, Matt's been playing well. Paul's a starter, but Matt came in here. He's won his 3 games. We're going to ride with him. We're all behind him. Plus, we know Paul's behind him as well. That's what I would say as an owner.
But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It really can be a good thing if you think about it.
It could be.
Because you have 2 solid quarterbacks. You're not missing
situation. You get a Carson Wentz situation where now he takes it disrespectful and not giving the result during the game.
Carson had a major injury too. You can't. I mean, that was an ACL.
Dak's had 3 injuries since.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but this injury Dak has a thumb. Has nothing to do with the ACL though. It's just a thumb injury.
But you got a hand injury that caused surgery. You had a brutal ankle injury that he needed surgery on twice.
I get it.
There's a lot of things that kept keeping him back too.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
So I don't think we want a Carson Wentz situation.
No.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. Let's fast forward to the end of the year here. We don't know how it's going to play out, of course, with the Dallas Cowboys. We don't know. We can lose our next 14 games. We don't freaking know. Or 13 games, but who knows?
Don't say that.
Being a Cowboy fan, you know how it is. But let's just say we make the playoffs and we win the NFC East. Of course, our main goal is that Lombardi Trophy. We play for that. That's all we play for. But let's just say we get to the Super Bowl and we lose somehow. Or even if we win and Dak doesn't play all year. Now you have Cooper Rush as a Super Bowl winning quarterback or playoff winning quarterback. Of course, Dave, just like you said, Dave, just listen. Hear me out. You're paying Dak $45 million a year. Mm-hmm. Matt thinks I know where Matt was thinking, but I know Matt's that's never going to happen. I'm living in a reality world here, but let's just say, what does Cooper Rush say to the Dallas Cowboys? Pay me, or I'm walking no matter what. I've been here. I played every year with you under a basic contract. What do you think his words would be after, or vice versa, or he got benched? going and being in the playoffs and then putting Dak in. How do you think that mindset goes to what he's thinking right there?
Yeah, that's rough.
Big F to Dallas. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, is that a Nick Foles situation? I mean,
well, I don't know. You're paying. Let's if it's me, I'm walking in a room saying, "Hey, you're paying this guy $45 million who can't win a damn game. It's injury every week now, thumb, ankle, whatever. I come in here and I win you games, and I'm making $1 million versus $45 million. Pay me, or I can walk over to the Giants and be the next quarterback there."
That's like Nick Foles, who did the same thing with Wentz. He won the Super Bowl, and I don't know. I mean,
all right.
I don't know where to go with that. I really don't. I don't know. I mean,
Matt, you're laughing. What's going on?
I don't know. You tell me, because
what you got, Matt?
You're thinking bye Dak is what you think. I can see it right now.
I never said that. I never said bye Dak. Okay.
No, I'm saying Matt. You.
Oh, I don't think he's thinking that. No.
I think if that was to happen, I think that's a good thing for Cooper Rush to actually finally get himself a team on his own, a starting quarterback position, and a big payday,
and a great resume too, right?
Right.
Exactly.
I don't think the Cowboys would get rid of Dak in that situation.
No, hell no.
So
no.
I mean, they still got their faith in Dak, and I mean, so do I. I know he's
of course
the right quarterback. He's the franchise quarterback for our organization, but I mean, if Cooper Rush gets us that far and does well,
right?
Thank you. Shake his hand, and hopefully he gets a good contract somewhere as a starting quarterback.
So you go around the NFL. This is my resume. Here you go. Look what I did.
Listen,
what can I?
If Dak Prescott is out the next, say 6 weeks, right?
Okay.
So what's that lead us to? Week 9, 10.
Week 10. Right week 10.
Right.
That would be week 10.
And we go 8-2.
Okay.
9-1. I think he's already going to have eyes on him. Even if that comes, the teams are going to be looking at him like, oh, hold up, Daniel Jones or Cooper Rush?
Exactly. That's right. I mean, right now, if you think about it, let's just be gracious that he's 3-0, we're 3-1 right now. But the thing is, it's like, to me, he's auditioning right now. Of course, he's hard with the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, we know that he's a journeyman with us. Of course, he's been with us many years and left and came back. We know that. But he wears his heart on his sleeve. But to me, he's auditioning right now. And what better way to be on the Dallas Cowboys auditioning his quarterback out there?
If you're especially for Dallas, I mean, my God, any other team would be kind of like,
I mean, it's the perfect opportunity for him to shine.
Exactly.
He has his opportunity
no doubt.
to go out there, relax, do his thing, win us games, and a team is going to look for him. There are a couple teams still that need a decent quarterback.
Well, if you remember, he was a Giant last season before he came to us again.
Remember? Yeah, but you're playing just like in the situation here. He's playing behind Dak Prescott. He's playing behind Daniel Jones, their franchise.
Right.
Even though Daniel Jones sucks, we all know that. But this year he's auditioning because he is a lot better than a lot of these starting quarterbacks out there. He's better than a Baker Mayfield. He's better than a
Dude, I would take Cooper over Baker in a heartbeat. Go to Carolina. Go ahead.
I don't think Daniel Jones is actually that bad. I think he's bad, but I mean he's not like terrible.
He's a runner. I'll tell you that much. The boy's not afraid.
He's fast.
The boy's not afraid to run the ball. I'll give him that much.
Yeah, he can move.
Right.
He can move. He's not. Yes, he can.
And he's not scared when he doesn't have anything open to take the ball himself. So he's not terrible. He got to work on a couple of things. I don't think he's the worst quarterback in the league. But
I think Cooper would be great in Carolina. That would be a great fit for him out there.
It all depends on the coaching system too. What system you're going to put him in? That's basically what it comes down to. Before we get into the next subject, here's Mike Laurel. 8 weeks starts next Sunday at 7:30. You're damn right it is, man. Of course we all know
that's right. He's all over us. Mike is all over us on this. Oh my gosh!
Don't make me a bet and end up like your son did. Okay. Okay.
Ooh,
but Cooper was going to end up in
Cowboys. You know what, Michael? Cooper could end up in Indy. That would be a good spot for him too. Honestly, I think it's great.
They have a solid defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Indy, Carolina, one of the.
I mean, Indianapolis is a huge problem over there. Quarterback.
Well, Matt Ryan. What's up with Matt Ryan? What is going on? He's ice.
He's got
Seriously.
Yeah.
Is he officially done? Is he done?
He has to be after this year.
After this year,
I mean, he should see it. He should see it by now.
I mean, it's so they play tomorrow night, don't they? Play tomorrow night. They play Denver tomorrow night, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I think it is. I think it's Denver, Indianapolis.
You know what? Let's flip the script here and let's talk about something that we already know. A lot of people say this is BS out there. You ain't a top 5 defense. You know what? All I'm going to say, Buck top 5. I'm thinking top 3 right now, honestly.
Top 3 for sure.
Well,
I think.
Well, they'll sit there and say, "Oh, you played the Giants, you played Washington, one of your top 5 defense." You know.
Well, you know what? I'm going to keep it real. We keep it real here. Let me explain something. We keep it real here. Of course we do. You know.
Sure we do.
Okay, we played the Buccaneers, top 3 defense in the NFL. We played Cincinnati, a Super Bowl team last year. Okay, we played the Giants sitting at 2-1. Everybody was talking about them. Then we play the Commanders. That's the only team I see that was not a cakewalk, but a cakewalk reality. But who else? Who else does the other teams play?
Every game under 20 points is pretty good to me. I don't care.
There's Mike Laura. Dallas is legit. Dallas D is legit.
D is legit.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely top.
At least Mike sees it. That's a good thing. Mike sees it. You know.
I mean, if you don't see it, then you're just a true hater.
But
of the Dallas Cowboys and drinking the haterade.
But Matt, I got to be honest, man. I am on the Donovan Wilson train. I cannot help this guy.
No, I think we all are. We all are.
He is a monster on this defense. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Dave. Just like what you said right there, Donovan Wilson has led the league in tackles in 3 of the first 4 weeks on defense.
It's insane.
8 solo tackles, 1 QB smash, and 1 pass breakup. I'm sorry. Like Donovan Wilson is not even a name we mentioned. You know?
I know.
Yeah, no, and he keeps picking it up every single week, more and more.
Isn't it great to see, guys? I love this. I am loving the Donovan. I don't know. He made that one play. I think it was against. Who was it? I think it wasn't Tampa. Who did we play week 3? I don't remember who it was. Week 2, whatever. No, not Giants. Yeah, the week before that. The week before that.
Week before the Giants at Cincinnati.
Dude, when he came after, I think it was Burrows, and oh my God, he almost killed him.
That's like I said. That's like we spoke last week. I think he reminds me of Roy Williams. The way he hits, he's not afraid to come out there and put a licking on your ass. Is basically what he wants. You know. I agree.
I'm excited.
But you know what? I do want to. I mean, I know our defense. Now that we're talking about defense, I do want to bring up about our defense against the Commanders. I wasn't too fond of us with their pass game to the running backs.
Okay.
And the rushing game our rushing defense wasn't that great.
No,
I agree.
I mean, thank God the Commanders aren't that great, but against a real team, we're gonna have issues.
You know,
Matt, step it up.
That's exactly what you said. Real quick, I'll carry on what you said. You know, okay, we have the great 1-2 punch where Zeke and Pollard, of course, between them, 27 carries for 55 yards. Cooper Rush at 7 yards. Why is our quarterback the second leading rusher on our team, number 1? But then you go to the Washington Redskins. You have Gibson, Jonathan Williams, McKissick, and Carson Wentz. We'll take out Carson Wentz, 1 for 5. But those 3 running backs right there is a 3-headed committee. They had 26 rushes for 137 yards. Why are they out rushing us? Just like what you said, Matt. Why do you think that is?
Better game plan. They see where our struggles are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think we're like the worst Russian defense, but I think we have weaknesses, and we get tired and exhausted fast on we're getting burned out too easy.
No, because our defense is on the field the whole time. That's why.
Well, no, I mean, which is something that the Cowboys have to fix and adjust to.
Right. I said,
by now they should know that there's a good chance that they're going to be on the field majority of the time. So they gotta get in better shape and get their asses moving.
Right.
But we really, really struggled with the rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Our rush defense was off that game.
I mean, it was just that particular game.
I don't understand why they kept trying to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. Especially when I watched a video today of the sideline where you can hear everything that's going on.
Right.
So every single when the offense was on, Diggs was on the sideline, literally calling every single move that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He studied their plays. He was watching this film, every single time he called every single move, and it's like he's going to run this next. I'm going to intercept the ball. I'm setting him up for an interception.
Right.
So, and that's literally what he did. He literally set him up for an interception.
And that's a great point, Matt. What you just said, like I watched the same thing where the one play where Diggs on the sideline did say, "They're setting me up. They're going to give me that double move. I'm waiting. They're going to get that double move. I'm waiting. I'm going to pick it." And then right after that, on that deep ball, he got it.
Yep.
He regained coverage and dove for it and got it. That's exactly what I see.
Yep.
But I don't understand why. And most of it wasn't inside. They weren't running through the gaps. They were running like outside sweeps on this.
Yeah.
And
right.
what do you blame?
Like it's pretty much the corners aren't staying home in a sense of the word.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or the outside linebackers aren't.
That.
I mean, they're probably talking about wide. 3 wide out. They're probably 3 wide. So the corners are in coverage.
Right.
But our outside linebackers have to fill those gaps. And they're not.
That's exactly
what isn't that I was going to say, isn't that where Van Der Esch is supposed to be there? And he's
that's exactly where I want to go, because your wide receivers, there. Okay, when you're running the ball, of course we take our wide receivers, we run a 9 route or a post or corner to get them off the position. Then it's your linebackers. Okay, Parsons, you already know he's all world. He's going to be rushing the quarterback. He's getting pressure there. This is where Anthony Barr, Dante Fowler, and even Van Der Esch, of course we all know that. That's what they're exposing on the outside run right now. That's what they're exposing. And that's why I just don't get Van Der Esch out there. He's not an East-West guy.
Didn't they bring up that? Like they brought that. But didn't they bring up that rookie today for practice?
Well, we've been playing. We've been playing. What's his name? Oh my God! What the hell is it? Sam Williams out there as well.
No. They brought up a rookie today. They brought up a rookie. I saw. I forget his name.
Which one did?
I know it's. He was on the practice squad. I think they brought him up today. I want to say his last name.
I know our long snapper is out for the season, so it could be for one of them.
I forget his name. I know they brought him up. I know he's a rookie. That's all I know. They just brought him up.
He didn't play last week, right?
He's a linebacker. I'm pretty sure he's a linebacker.
Okay.
I think his last name starts with a P. I don't remember. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know they brought him up.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're exposing our linebackers.
Look it up, Paul, because I know it's because they were talking about it today. Mike Fisher was talking about it today. Actually, I saw a video on it, but I forget his name.
So back onto because it really irks me. I mean, I'm sure Paul, you get like this coaching and all, but what this the Rams, you got good teams, solid teams coming up, right? Mm-hmm. They have great knowledge of the scouting reports and watching the film and all. Don't you think, especially, I don't know if the Rams run a lot of screenplays, but I know the Eagles do.
I haven't seen them at all. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I know the Eagles run a lot of screens, which is going to kill us.
Yes,
because our linebackers are so slow. Not linebackers. We have certain linebackers that are so slow they can't get there that these teams are going to eat us up on these screens if they can get through them. Because they have so much pressure coming from Parsons, they have to go with the quick hit for a quick screen pass.
Right.
And as soon as they get it past Parsons, and you pass our first level of linemen, guess what? We're in danger.
Right. We're in danger.
I mean, you're talking about, that I'm starting Miles Sanders on my fantasy.
He had a good day on Sunday, that's for sure.
On my fantasy.
Agree.
Because they're going to eat us up. If they
can't
stop us.
I think they bringing up this kid that I can't think of his name.
The only person they brought up is Devin Harper.
I don't remember that name.
They brought up was Damon Clark. Damon Clark was brought up last week. He's a corner.
Okay.
Deron Bland. I'm sorry, Deron Bland came in last week.
Gotcha. Okay.
But man, I agree with you 100%. I mean, when I coach up here, of course, I run the offense, and one of my offensive line coaches, he watches the defense for me, the other team's defense, and he tells me where the linebackers sit. Right. If I can beat that front line, that front 4, or if that front 7 pulls up, and I know I can get the ball over their head, then you know what? I'm going to a 4 wide situation where I can pull those linebackers away. And that opens up my running game. Definitely, I use it as a decoy. But that's what I don't understand. Dallas better get their shit straight, because I honestly hope that Dallas last night watched the 49ers play, because they actually had a blueprint of how to get to Matt Stafford. It was a lot of stunts, a lot of twists, and it opened up everything. We do man-on-man defense, but I don't see us stunning or twisting a lot. I hope that, I know Dan Quinn, I have solid hope in him.
I was going to say, Dan Quinn will make adjustments. You know that. Come on.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think
I have full faith in Dan.
Oh, yeah, definitely do. I definitely have faith in Dan Quinn. I know he'll do it. Yep. But, I mean, let's talk about top 5 defense. What do you think our liability is on defense? Solidly. Listen, Malik Hooker's playing balls out right now.
I was just going to say Malik Hooker. I was just thinking of Malik Hooker. He's playing really well. He really is.
I mean, a lot of people look at Van Der Esch's stats. Okay, he's been in the top 3 in every category, tackles every week. But, most of it is gap running, which is telling you don't run against the gap on the Dallas Cowboys. Get outside if you want to win. But, of course, we know Van Der Esch is going to get tackles in the middle. We know that. We know what he's about. But
East to West,
you can beat him any day of the game. You pull those wide receivers out all day, you can beat him. You're one-on-one with, with a Cam Akers next week. You're one-on-one with a Miles Sanders. And you know what? I'll put my house on the running back against the LVE any week.
All day.
Yeah. What do you think the weakness is on this defense? What do you guys see as our weakness on defense right now? If we could change one thing, what would it be?
Tough decision. Go ahead, Matt.
You just said it. LVE.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a key player that has struggled for our defense, and it slows us down. He's just in the way.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting out of the way fast enough. He's not moving fast enough. He's not making great angle tackles right now. So he's our weakness on the team, and actually, it's not just him.
I think Anthony Brown has a lot. Yes, I was just going there too. Yep.
I think he's getting burned way too much, and he's 10 yards behind the receiver and getting burned again. Like, come on.
It's to your point, Matt. We talk about. I'm not gonna disregard Donovan Wilson here because he plays in the front 7 now. He moves up anywhere on the line of scrimmage. He's doing his thing. Yep. But we don't really talk about Malik Hooker being that blitzer, that defensive stopper on the front 7. Maybe, if you think about it, that's why he's always pressing coverage to Anthony Brown's spot. That's why he has more tackles than anyone in the secondary, because he's feeding to Anthony Brown's side. What do you think about
that? You have to send him help. I mean,
exactly.
He can't handle a man-on-man.
Yeah, but where's the help coming from, Matt? That's my question. Where's it going to come from? I mean, you can't. When
you have a corner like Anthony Brown, you have to run a defense out. You have to free safety, as like a zone or a two-headed, dime out there. But you have to give him coverage. But speaking of that, we already talked about the defense, but that makes a great point next week. Looking ahead to the Rams. Hey, listen, man, they have all-world Cooper Rush, okay, which moves right. He moves right and left. He plays in a slot. He runs in motion. Diggs plays on one side of the ball. Which, hey, if I'm, Sean McVay out there, I'm licking my chops saying, well, they have Anthony Brown over there.
Right.
What do you do? What are you looking ahead next week?
Well, I think you got to stop, especially, you got to put, do you double Cooper Kupp is the question. I mean, do you double up on him? I think you have to, right? He's their main weapon. Seriously. I mean, he's good. We know that guy could play.
Go ahead, Matt.
Diggs has to suck it up and just follow Cooper Rush.
That's what I like. That's what I want to see.
He has to follow him. There's no reason that he can only play one side of the ball. Get your ass on the other side and let's go.
I agree.
If you don't stick with him the entire game, we lose this game by 3 touchdowns. Because if they put that, if I know I have a top receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL against Burt Toast Brown,
game over. Game over.
I agree.
So you're putting Diggs on Cooper Kupp.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, the thing is
that's your man the entire game.
Of course, we say that, but he's a left corner. He doesn't move.
Yeah, but you can't forget about Higbee too. But Matt, he's a big tight end.
That's what Mike Laura is saying right here. Tyler Higbee is going to eat on Sunday.
I think so.
I mean, I think we'll be okay on the tight ends. I honestly think they do.
I think this year we've actually done a great job against tight ends.
We have.
Which is surprising because we're normally weak against tight ends.
That's funny, Michael. Michael, you thought about Higbee, and so did I. Kind of funny how that worked out.
I don't think he's going to feast this week. I mean, just like Matt said, I think we've been pretty legit against tight ends out there.
Yeah.
Going back to Van Der Esch, I mean, you think about it, and you think about the running game. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm feasting on what I'm seeing because you usually have Parsons on top of Lawrence out there. So Lawrence is going to bum rush, and Parsons is going to come in off his stunt, either right, left, or the bull rush, which leaves the top wide open. We'll go back to that real quick. But my thing is, that's how the outside sweeps are getting there. That's in all measures, which we know. But going back to the offense, the offense here with what Mike said, I don't think he's going to feast this week. Just like Matt said, I think we're pretty sufficient on the tight ends every week.
I think we have to keep. Well, here's the thing: we got to keep pressure on Stafford all day long. If we don't, then it's going to be a long day.
That goes back to the blueprint of what 49ers did: stunts, twists. They got so much pressure on the front seven, which any secondary can hold up if you get pressure from the front seven, which we've been doing.
Keep Stafford. Stafford's not much of a running quarterback, guys. You know that.
No, you rattle him. He's the type of quarterback you rattle him. He's going to go back to the Lions days, the old Lions days where he gets frazzled. He's just going to throw the picks. He's going to throw bad balls, and you don't have to beat him because he's going to beat himself.
Exactly.
Right.
I can see that.
No, I agree with this. Higbee is the best tight end you've seen so far. No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I mean, you look at the Giants; they didn't have anybody. Cincinnati didn't have anybody. You go back to the Bucks. You have Cameron Brate, which is good, but he's no Gronk. He's no Gronk. No. But we'll see what we have this week. I mean, I believe.
Yeah, man, it's a big test.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a big test.
I just hope our offense can keep on the field just to keep our defense fresh to come on. That's all.
That's the key. You have to play a balanced offense, just like we were saying earlier. If you go 50 and 50, 60, 40, you're putting the game in a situational where it's game management. It's a game management right now. You want your defense to be fresh, and we've seen what our defense can be when we're fresh. How many times have we been in a close game this year, and our offense has sputtered in the fourth quarter, being a tie game or down, and our defense comes out to win the game.
Yep. You can't have that defense on for 4 minutes straight. That's a long time for those guys.
In the NFL, I mean, you get 2 first downs. That gives you enough time. But how many times have we went 3 and out this year? And our defense comes out there and it's holds up the game for us. Wins the game for us. But real quick, speaking of comments, there's Pat Bernard. You can check him out every Sunday 9 o'clock on ELP and Devereaux Sports. Gobbler Inc. What's up, Pat?
What's up, Gobbler?
Mike Laura says Anthony Barr stinks. I don't think he stinks. I mean, he played a great game last week. He's in there. 5 tackles, 3 solos. One. I don't
think we've seen Anthony Barr at full force yet, guys. Seriously, I'm waiting for that. Yeah, right. I think so too. I think it's only a matter of time. I do.
Right now, he's a rotational. He's a starter, but he's a rotational player. He's learning the system.
He might be the factor in this game, guys. Seriously, he might be the factor in this game.
I don't know. I think it's going to be.
I could see it. I mean, I could see that. Hey, Stafford goes back, pick by Barr.
He's been stepping up each and every week.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely been stepping up.
He's been playing.
So I think he's only going to get better.
I think so too. I've been saying that.
He's still learning the defense, and he'll get there. Just like Peters, he's still learning the
offensive. Yeah, sure. Yep.
I mean, you go from all your time being in Minnesota, playing their lingo, their language, their scheme. It's totally different. You didn't play all preseason, of course. So
right.
Week 1 through 4 is your preseason.
You came off the fly. I mean, seriously. Right. You mean
like I said, weeks 1 through 4 is your preseason. You're learning the scheme.
Sure.
You're learning how this defense plays, because this defense is not 1-on-1. It's 11-on-1 ball. It's Dan Quinn plays.
It can be nasty, and we know that. We've seen it. I'm very excited.
Go ahead, Matt.
Good.
I think by week 6 you're going to see a full out Anthony Barr again.
I think so.
I like that, Matt. I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he doesn't have to be the centerpiece. He's a piece of the puzzle.
That's all. Right. He'll know his role after, like Matt said. I think after week 6 or 7, he'll start to know what's going on. His role. Yeah,
but I still think he's going to be a big part of our defense moving forward.
I do too.
I think he's going to be a huge part.
That when they signed him, I was excited. I was like, "We got Anthony Barr. That's a big signing." I thought,
I was too worried about why it took him so long to sign.
Yeah, well, I don't.
He's been still on that block for a while.
Oh, I agree.
That's typical Jerry Jones for him.
Pat says, "Let's get to the real question. How tight is Zach's leash on losing losing job to Cooper Rush. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm watching the QB who plays with boys. Well, in the beginning of the show, we said it. We had disagreements about it, but to me, you have to go with the hot hand no matter what you do, regardless of what you pay. I just want to win, man. I don't care. I mean, I know it's Dak's team, but
at the end of the day, just get the W. It doesn't matter how you do it.
Yeah, and there's only one word to solidify it. It's called Jerry Jones. Whatever he says goes, and that's the way it is.
I still think at the end of the day, it's Dak's job. I mean, how you look at it. I mean, you can't be sitting, like I said. And Pat, I would say this. I said this earlier in the show. You cannot sit a $45 million quarterback. You can't do it. I don't care who you are. You can't do it.
Dave, as a head coach, Dave, this is what I believe. Okay, I don't care what I pay you.
It's all about the business.
Yep, that's what it is.
You're gonna pay me to sit down for $45 million?
Dave, listen, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna keep this real, Dave. Go ahead, Matt.
It's not like that. We're losing. He got injured.
Yeah,
he had surgery.
Right.
And guess what? We have a quarterback that's actually doing well right now, winning us games.
I think it's a win both ways. It's a win both ways. I mean, if Dak comes in and runs the offense just as good as Cooper, what do we?
Yeah,
what's the difference?
We'd be paying him $45 million a year, but at the same time, we want to win.
Here's the thing.
If
I'm Jerry Jones, okay, and I know how Jerry Jones is. If Paul Spencer is running the Dallas Cowboys, and in the beginning of the season, I said, "Damn, Dak went down. We lost all these people." We lost Cooper on offense. We lost, Cedric Wilson. We lost our offensive line. And Dak Prescott gets hurt week 1, and Cooper Rush comes in and wins me 3 games. And then Cooper Rush walks into my office, or Dak walks into my office and says, "I'm making $45 million. Dave, you're going to be playing Dak right now. This is what I'm doing." That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, honestly. Like, hey, you know what? Follow your man. He's winning his games. Be a cheerleader no matter what you make. I don't care if I paid you $45 million. Let's get through this season and see how it plays out. If he's on a leash and he doesn't start winning, continue the winning, then Dak, you know what? Come on back in my office. But we know that's not going to happen because it's Jerry Jones. We know that. Pat, thank you for getting us on topic and getting us all heated up again. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. Appreciate it.
But go back to
topic for a while.
Yeah, but going back to the Anthony Barr situation, there is a reason why Barr isn't in Minnesota. There is a reason. I think it was Mike Zimmer's defense that wasn't his basic, scheme of defense. Let's give him time. I'm not gonna put him on, Mount Rushmore of even our team at linebacker, but I think it's a scheme for him that sets up well where he doesn't have to be that guy. He doesn't have to be there. He's a piece of the puzzle. And I think if he plays by week 6, week 7, he gets the system under his helmet and understands it. I mean, you're working with the best linebacker in the game on the opposite side. His only downfall is being next to LVE. We know that. That's the only downfall I see him having. That's huge for anybody. Yep.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so.
But before we get to the next subject, here's Pat chiming in. Dave is talking to you. Look through my eyes. Dave is an Eagles fan. I'm scared of the QB back with a banged up hand and scared of a quarterback with not that much tape. It's hunger to eat. Well, listen, all I can tell is, Rich Gannon out there before he plays this, watch tape on 2 quarterbacks because you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, you don't know which one you're going to
get. That's the only thing I like about it. But I just don't want to see Dak. Next week, Cooper Rush, which we're talking about the Rams right now. I don't want to see Cooper Rush go in there and play balls out, win this game, and then all of a sudden Dak comes back for the Eagles. No, I want to have Cooper Rush in there because there's game film on him, and I don't want a rusted, Dak Prescott playing in there right now. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike
Laura says, Pat, go buy a dog. And I think he's meaning a hot dog, actually, not a real dog. Okay, so
big wiener.
A big freaking dollar hot dog from Dodger Stadium when those 13-inch or whatever.
Pat would like that, so don't even.
Let's stay on subject. Let's not turn this into a hot dog talk. Yeah. Let's keep on Dallas Cowboy fans. We don't talk about that. That's right. But the Rams, man, the Rams. Okay, Cooper Kupp. We know the 49ers shut down Cooper. They didn't shut him down, but you took away your number 1 option, which I know Dan Quinn will do. Is there any other? Let's just talk about it. Key factor for a W. What do you guys see? To me, I'll start real quick. I think it's the offense. The offense has to stay point to point with the Rams and put it all in our defense's hands because if the offense scores, I think we can beat any team out there, honestly. I really do right now. What do you got?
Keep the defense off the field as much as possible. I mean, I have to agree with Paul on this one. I mean, defense has to be fresh at all times. And they have to get to Stafford as many times as they can. I think if they do that, they have a good shot to win this game.
I agree. Mm-hmm. What do you got, Matt? Yep.
Yeah, your turn.
I do like the boys Sunday.
Yeah, I do too.
And we'll get into the predictions, but
yeah,
there's a couple keys to this game. And it started with our offensive line handling the talent on their front line, defensive front. Minimizing penalties, holding penalties, false starts because they're anxious to get off the bat.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's the offensive side. Defensive side, we have to move and groove. Anthony Brown can't give anything past him. He has to be tight on his coverage, and not give up many yards.
Agree.
And I mean, it's going to all come down to who's going to cover Kupp.
That's the question.
If Diggs follows him around, I think we're going to be okay. But if Diggs doesn't and he stays on his left side, we're going to be in trouble.
So it's going to be a long day if he doesn't do that. I
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with what I don't know why Pat's out there crying, probably because he couldn't find a hot dog big enough for himself right now, but I don't know what the hell he's crying for.
The 13 inches.
The 13 inches, okay.
Last time I checked, he had a rocket up his ass because he was talking about the Phillies. I don't know. I
agree with Mike right here. Run the ball. You have to be a balanced offense. I mean, you look what San Francisco did. Their running back Williams, I believe.
I wish I watched more of that game. I really didn't get a chance to see most of it.
He ran up the middle on the Rams defense. I mean, he went right at Aaron Donald, and just like to Matt's point, are we ready? You can't jump. I know you're lining up across Aaron Donald, the best in the game as a lineman, but you got to play fundamental football here. You have to. No penalties, no stupid mistakes. And I hope it all comes down to Tyler Baez, man. Matt, as playing center, your team, your center is the control of your offensive line. You got to know where everybody lines up. You got to pinpoint that. You see, a busted side on this side, a well-balanced line or an unbalanced line. You got to call that out, man. You got to not to be afraid where you're passing.
Tyler from Wisconsin.
Exactly, but he's going to be a key in the game. He has to demand that offensive line. Kellen Moore has to run the ball, of course. But the other thing I wanted to say is, to the defensive point, Cooper Kupp, yes, he's going to be the main facilitator for the offense, of course. But I'm going to make a bold prediction right here. I think that they're going to be running more of a zone protection, and I think LeBron Bland plays a lot this week. He's a rookie. He's the one that had the pick last week. I think he comes in and he does, even though there's no slot receiver, I think they're going to use that extra corner on Cooper Rush's side. Wherever he lines up, I think they're going to shade coverage to his side and let someone else beat you. I really
you mean Cooper Kupp. You say Cooper Rush.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Big Stafford beat you. I'm sorry.
Too many Coopers.
Yeah, there is too many
Coopers.
My God. Yeah.
No, but you, I mean.
Well, at least he didn't say Amari.
Screw Amari. I fucking hate him.
I was just adding to the Coopers. That's right. Yeah.
Listen, we're at the end of our show, and I don't want to have my blood pressure through the roof right now.
Exactly. So you know what?
We don't need that.
After your comment here, we'll go into our final predictions and we'll get to our final thoughts. But I want to keep it positive. We are 3-1. Dave has, he has his toe in the door, getting his pom-poms out. Yeah, I have to think where I wrote them down and keep them. Matt don't know where he has them yet still. But Dave, we're not like you are right yet. Not yet.
Matt,
continue what you were saying.
I just have my toe in the door. That's all I got.
Yeah, you probably got him underneath the damn table already.
He's got one in his left hand right now.
Lift up your hands, Dave. Put your hands up.
They're right here.
They're freaking painted blue because all the pom-pom shit is on there. He dropped it. Exactly. Don't bullshit me, Dave. Don't bullshit me.
No, I'm good. Come on.
But back on topic, I agree with Paul. I mean, they're going to have to double him up. If they stays on that side, they're going to have to double him up somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, to cut off the short routes because he's good at those two. The deep balls, we're going to have to double up in the safety. Safety's going to have to shed either side to help out. So it's going to be our first test. It's going to be another test.
Does home advantage really mean anything to the Rams? Seriously. I mean,
honestly, I don't think home advantage means anything to anybody in the NFL this year. I mean, teams are getting beat.
I agree with that.
Actually, I disagree on one aspect.
What's that?
The green team. I think them being home is dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, and the momentum especially the momentum they're riding
Dangerous.
on right now. Exactly, I agree with that 100%.
Yes, because them going
I
down
agree
14-0 against the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh, 14-0." And Paul, I seen your post. Oh, 14-0. I'm like,
and I, you know
stand
what?
behind it.
Listen, I ate my words.
I
I
was-
took my shit and
yeah,
I ate my
I
words.
was when he said that, I was like, oh God, we're done.
But like in the back of my head, I was like,
Mhm.
because I'm like a true hater. I'm like,
Yeah.
thank God, whoop their ass.
Mhm.
But then at the same time,
I was with you. I was that. Exactly. Yeah.
But at the same time, I was thinking, I was like, they're home.
Yeah.
That crowd's going to get them involved.
Agree.
Well,
They're going to get back in this game, and they're going to end up winning.
Wait a minute. Well, let's put this in perspective. Time out. Here's the thing. You got to remember the weather.
Wait. Time out, Dave. Are you talking with pom poms or no pom poms?
No, I'm without pom poms.
Okay, go ahead.
The weather did take a toll on that game, both teams. I mean, seriously, because think about it.
All right.
It was that one drive. That
move on.
But time out. That one drive. Go ahead.
Wait, Dave, stop a minute. You called timeout and you shut up. What the
No,
hell are you
but
doing?
he said before I move on, I was going to let him go.
Before you move on, the weather is no excuse. If the weather was dry, I think the Eagles would have won by 3 touchdowns.
See, I disagree with
team.
Because
run game was on point in pouring rain and mud.
But think about this. Think about this. Okay, I hear you, and you're not wrong. But there was one specific drive that Jacksonville was going on the drive, and Mr. Trevor Lawrence had a nice end around, and what did he do? No, he fumbled. Remember, he slipped out of his hand.
But that was
if that drive continues, it was 14-0. It could have been 21 right then there. Bang.
Yeah,
okay, but Dave, let's flip the script real quick. I know we're getting out of time here. We'll jump into final predictions and final thoughts. But let's flip the script real quick. Let's do like what Matt said. Home field doesn't matter. Matter in Philadelphia. Let me flip it real quick. I'm going to call Mike McCarthy timeout with the wrong time, but to me it's the right time right now. But let's flip it real quick. If Dallas goes down 14-0 to the Jaguars, okay, how confident are you in our team to flip the script and come back 14-0 at home?
I think we would. I think we could. At home, are we home or are we away?
Home. We're going to keep it at home.
Oh, sure. Home. I think. Oh, no doubt. I think we come back and win that game.
Really? I'm not that confident in this offense.
I would have been sure.
Because Dave, you know our crowd. If we go down 14-0, it's like this.
But I think we would have chipped away at it. I mean, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been like the Eagles did. But I think we would have chipped away a field goal here or a touchdown there just to make it.
Okay. Last thing, real quick. I'll ask you, Matt. Then I'll ask you, Dave. Here's the question. If it's week 17 and it's Dallas, of course, we're not playing them in week 17, but if Dallas Eagles played week 17, winner goes on, no wild card. We can't win the wild card, just win the division. Dallas is at home. Who do you take? If Philadelphia's at home, who do you take? Home field advantage, game on the line. Where you going? I'm going Philly. I'm sorry. I go Philly.
I agree.
What do you got, Dave?
I don't see.
As much as it pains me to say it, I got to go Philly.
Keeping it real. Keep it real.
Yeah.
I don't see us being the Eagles in that situation.
I don't either. I mean, I think they're a hungry team. Backs against the wall. They show me what they have.
And that's one thing. As much as I hate the 700 level Philadelphia Eagles fans, when they are home, they are loud as shit.
Yeah,
and it's like it's an open stadium. It's not closed. Could you imagine if they had a dome?
Oh, Dude, that Giant Stadium was loud when I was down there.
Yeah,
you couldn't hear myself think. I mean, it was loud.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and Philadelphia is just crazy. I mean, I at the same time I love it because I like all the Philadelphia teams besides the Eagles, but it's just that's how passionate Philadelphia is in general.
Yeah.
So for them to actually get involved in the game and pumping this team up, and sometimes actually, to be honest, I think that woke up the Eagles against Jacksonville was their fans booing them.
Yeah, agree.
They came out after that was like, oh shit, hold up. They came out and they went back at it and they came back and ended up winning the game.
Oh, Trevor fumbled twice didn't help either. But
this is real quick. I'll tell you 10-second thing here. I've been to many Dallas Cowboy games versus the Eagles at the Link, the Vet. And I tell you what, as a fan of the Cowboys, as I do love my team no matter what, being at the Link or even at the Vet, regardless of the score, if the Eagles are down, there's one thing that even as a fan, you have to admit that even though you got your Cowboys blue on, you got your pom-poms on, you're making a fist, and all of a sudden you hear that Rocky bullshit come on, you start getting pumped up. That shit pumps me up, even to being an opposing fan. Yeah. When I hear that, it's just like, oh shit, shit, it's Rocky. It's time.
I've been in that stadium and at third quarter when those fans are out of there because Dallas is whipping their ass. I've seen those fans leave. I've witnessed it. Mm-hmm. But I get it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a movie. That's the way I look at it. Come on.
Yeah, Rocky's freaking fictional, you guys.
So it's a movie.
Eagles fans. But real quick, we got to last up. All I know is the NFL runs to the NFC beast. Listen, let's not get our pom-poms out as Dave's already got his foot in the door there. It's week 4, man. It's week 4.
It's only week 4. Yeah.
Look at it. Any given Sunday. Shit, we're 3-1, man. We all said 1-3.
So, hey, the Giants are 3-1. Come on.
The Giants are 3-1. There's a team.
Are they for real?
Exactly. We don't know yet. Look at Tampa. They're struggling. Look at Cincinnati. They're struggling. Look at the NFC West. All 2-2, and they had 3 teams in the NFC playoffs last year.
Brady's 2-2. Come on.
That's what I mean. It's only week 4. So, Pat, go get a hot dog. Pet your dog. Whatever you want to do out there. Hey, it's only week 4. Okay. It's not jumper pom-poms. Enjoy your time 4-0. That's all.
Enjoy your 4-0.
But at the same time, I mean, I don't know a beast yet, but
not yet.
There is potential of being probably the best division in the league.
Exactly.
Matt, come on. The Steelers were 11-0 last year. What happened to them? They died.
Well,
seriously.
The Steelers.
I'm just saying they were 11-0. Were they not? They were 11-0.
Yeah, but that's one team. We're talking about the entire division.
Well, I get it. I understand. But I'm just saying. I'm just making a point that they were 11.
I mean, yeah, but if we're talking a whole division, our division's one of the best right now, regardless if it's week 4 or not.
We hold the best
records. We hold the best records in the league right now.
It's no longer the NFC least. Not even close.
I mean, right now,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know about beast yet, but we're not the least anymore.
No, exactly. Least.
Last year we were well under 500, and right now in week 4 we're 11-5 as division. That tells you a lot right now. Top 3 teams.
Wasn't it a few years ago that Washington got in? It was 7-9. If you guys remember that. I mean, remember they were 7-9. They got the playoffs. They made the playoffs 7-9. They won. They didn't win.
Well, that's what I mean. The least of NFC least. Of course, I don't want to call it the NFC beast yet. I don't want to go back to the days where the NFC beast. I don't want to do that yet. Not yet. I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to literally have today. That's like a dynasty. You want to get 2 or 3 years under your belt where the playoffs run through your division. They don't run through anything right now. Not even a wild card right now, honestly.
Nope.
But Dave, here's that was 2 years ago. Dave, he's coming at you right there, and he said, "So did the Rams." Exactly. The Rams were under 500 and made it into playoffs one year. But let's get into it, boys. Let's give it here. Let's give it here. Final predictions, Dave. Listen, I'm gonna go with you last because I don't want to hear no pom bullshit yet. Okay. Matt, I'll let you go first this week because last week we were all right. Of course, we all took the Giants out there, and then we took the Commanders. We're on a 2-game high here for wins. So let's go. What do you got, Matt?
I think our defense is obviously going to give a solid performance, but I feel like it's going to come down to a field goal.
Okay.
And Money Maher is going to take us into victory as a 23-20 type game.
Ooh, you're not the first one that said that. We have a guest coming in, or not a guest on the show, but a guest commenter who put his show comment after that. Dave, I'm going to go before you because I don't want to hear any pom bullshit. Okay. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be probably a field goal possession. I think it's going to be low scoring, man. The line is 46 right now, and I think it's going to be well under that. I'm going to go 21-17. Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dave, bring the pom-poms up, brother. What do you got?
Stop with the pom-poms. Come on. My predictions have been pretty good.
I you reach for one, Dave.
I'm just saying my predictions have been pretty good last 3 weeks.
We all been good. I mean,
we all have. Yeah, exactly.
Even though you were the only one that said Cincinnati was going to lose, I mean, you're the only one to go there. But hey, go ahead. You're on a 3-game win streak. Go ahead.
I'm going to say 24-21 Dallas.
So we all got it pretty close, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Mike Lordo, we're going to put his down here. We got 23-20. Matty agrees with you. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be I don't want to say final possession game, but some reason I'm looking for that. I mean, it's either going to come down to a defensive stop or a made field goal in you guys' case, but I think it's going to be pretty damn close. But man, boys, I'm going to tell you real quick. If we come out 4-1, I might remember my old ass head where I put my pom poms. Matt, I think you're going to be the same way, but I guarantee after the game, Dave, you might be having a whole foot plus a hand, brother. What do you think?
Hey, maybe a toe and a thumb. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I might crack the door open.
Here's the final thing. What is it going to take Dave to get his pom poms out? Dave, how far do we have to go? How far do we have to go, Dave? Where do we have to be, Dave?
I don't even know. 7-2. 7-2.
Okay. Well, we're not far off, Dave. We can lose one more, win 3 more, then we're 4 more, then we're there. Okay. But before we get into final thoughts, Pat Bernard, the last comment of the night. Yeah, Dave, put the blue sunglasses down. All right, Dave, get him. Dave, get him. Dave, get him. Go ahead, Dave. I'll give you.
You are one to talk, Mr. Red Phillies fan over there. Come on, you take your Red Phillies fans glasses off too, Mister. We're going to beat the Cardinals. Good luck. But anyway,
wait, hold on. I actually believe that the Phillies can beat St. Louis Cardinals.
I don't see that happening. But
I do, absolutely.
No,
but that's a different show.
That's a different show.
That's a different show for a different time.
We can make a friendly bet on that one if you want, because I
think
take care of Cardinals with
no
problem.
Listen, all I know is my Braves going to repeat this year. That's all I'm going to say.
Whatever.
I think.
Whatever.
Hey, they just won the East by what? They won one game.
Hey, listen, all I'm going to say is I think everything runs to the Blue Nation, not Dallas, but the Dodgers out there. That's all I'm going to say.
But at the same time, the Braves, you got to give credit to the Braves because
great comeback. Sure.
I mean,
they were 10 ahead. They were 10.5 actually. 10.5.
You sweep the Mets in a game with situation where you have to sweep the Mets, not even sweep the Mets. You got Scherzer, DeGrom, and Bassett, and you shut them all down to win 3 games in a row. You did what you had to do. So,
yeah,
I think he's coming at you. Come on, tomorrow. I'm talking Phillies. There you go, Dave. There you go. Chance tomorrow night. Mike Laurel, 8 p.m. Fourth Floor Locker Room Podcast.
Hey.
Check him out, Dave. He's waiting for you. He's calling you out right now. Okay.
I'm not. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Phillies win, but I don't think. I just don't think they're going to. I just don't see it.
All right, boys. Here we go.
That's a different show for another day.
A different show another day. But as we always do, boys, Dave, since you already had the pom-poms out, I'm going to start with you. Let me hear final thoughts from Dave Yarnell. Cowboy Dave. Dave, talk to the Cowboy Nation. Tell me what's on your mind.
What's on my mind? Stay positive, Cowboy Nation. We're playing well, and let's keep that defense rolling. And next week we'll be 4-1. Call it a day.
Okay. What you got for me, TOP?
Everybody,
I love it. I love it when Dave comes on and talks, and then Matt comes on and laughing. I love this.
Matt laughs at me every time I say something.
No, Cowboy Dave, that's not true.
You're laughing at me there. You just laughed at me there. Stay positive.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Okay. What did that say?
It says, "Great show, fellas. Great show."
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. No, to be honest, I do agree with you, Cowboy Dave. I think we have to keep rolling. 11 hats on the ball at all times on defense. Yes. Let's not give up too many yards on the rush in this week. Let's get a little bit better each and every week, as I think we are. Let's not get lazy.
Right.
I think that's a big thing. If we don't get lazy and we're running around the field, we're making plays, we're hitting our targets. Cooper Rush is hitting his wide receivers. I don't think we're going to have an issue this weekend. So
Love it.
I agree. I mean, I'm going to stay positive. Go ahead, Mike. Finish up. Go ahead.
No, that's good. I'm good.
I agree with everybody. I think we just need to stay positive, of course. But, staying positive means to our team, we got to stay balanced. We got to stay focused. The job at hand. I mean, this is a different week, a new team, different philosophy, different scheme. Do what you do on the practice field. Go out there, play 115%. Play like that on the field. If you do that, you're going to win. Stay focused, stay balanced. Fundamental football, offensive line. You got to stay true. No penalties, no stupidness. And you got to run the ball, man. You got to run the ball on this team right here. You can't just be one-dimensional. And the defense is continue what you do, man. Just play 11 hats on one guy. I think we can beat anybody out there. I honestly do right now. It's optimistic, but I think we can, boys. As a team, I think we're there.
Is that stadium? Is that a dome stadium?
No, it's open. I believe it is.
No,
it is dome. It is dome.
Is it open? Closed? Okay.
It's just like ours, where the sides are open.
Like ours. Yep.
Yeah, it's like where both sides are open. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, I
mean, they could close that in and be loud.
Exactly.
Do they have a scoreboard like we do? It's kind of like the same.
Not as big.
Oh,
I mean, I'm thinking punter wise, like you know how that sometimes we punt the ball and it hits our scoreboard.
I don't think anybody like just our lovely Jerry Jones does that for our stadium.
Yeah, well, exactly. I get it, but that can't happen there. Like same thing. I mean, I'm thinking.
I don't think so.
I've never seen it happen out there. I've never seen it happen, so I don't believe nothing's impossible.
We're the only stadium that happens.
No, I'm just saying because I'm just thinking both because our punter does kick the ball pretty high. So I'm just thinking I wasn't sure, because I like anger. I'm a fan.
I hear you. But boys, before we get out of here, let's give a shout out to all our shows out there. Out of the box, you can check out Fight Club 215 live Tuesday night, 10 p.m. with myself and Joey talking WBO, WBA, all MMA fighting. Of course, every Wednesday, the Batcave, 10 a.m., talking New York Mets out there, getting ready for the playoff action for the Mets. Check him out every Wednesday, 10 a.m. And, of course, right before our show, College Football Frenzy. Myself, Joe Wood, Joe Sullivan, Mike Loro, and our new member, Sean Kilrain, talking all college football out there, giving you best bets, talking about top 10, Heisman, whatever you have out there, we talk about it. And, of course, you already know it's Wednesday, 9:30 p.m., 215 with myself, Matt Klein, and Cowboy Dave Yarnell. And, of course, tomorrow night, giving already Dave a shout-out to check in because he's going to go off on about the Phillies. It's Big Mike's Locker Room Podcast, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Check him out. And, of course, you already know if you checked into the 215 was how much we can't see out there. The New York Giants, Big Blue Power Hour. We do love them, but, those Giants out there, they got what they deserve. They came to Cowboy Nation. We showed them in their own house. So it is what it is. But check them out every Friday at 8 p.m. And, of course, every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have the Vegas Sports Team with Ken Fry and Rob Hefner talking all Las Vegas Raiders. Anything in Las Vegas, they got you covered. And, of course, Saturday morning at 7:30, the new time. If you love Cowboy Dave, you're going to see him bright and early in the morning. No pom-poms needed, just a coffee and a bagel. He'll keep it real with Joey Woods. Out of the Ring podcast, talking AEW, WWE. They keep you in tune. And, of course, to our sponsor, J. Fine Law, a.k.a. Big Al. For all your personal injury needs, give him a call at 1-800-HURT-123. He's located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120. And once again, that's 1-800-HURT-123. Tell him Out of the Box sent you. I guarantee he'll take care of you. And, of course, as we always like to say, give a big shout-out to Evan Laurel from the Big Blue Power Hour. You come on here and mess with the Cowboy Nation, we put you in your place. So, hey, Evan Laurel. Boys, what do we say to Evan Laurel?
How about
them Cowboys?
You already know. From our heart to your heart, how about them Cowboys, Evan? So listen, guys, as for myself, but we do have one more comment. I'm very sorry. If the Cowboy wins, that means Cooper Rush have beaten Super Bowl contenders from last season. The leash is tightened. You're right. And that's a great point. That's a great point.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat.
That's a great point. So, what we're gonna. Thank you, God. We're going to pay, if he wins next week, and that's true, we're going to pay him $50 million is what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Screw it.
Thank you, Gobbler.
But, boys, for myself, Paul Spencer, you can check me out every night on Out of the Box, as well as Tower of Power, Matt Klein, and, of course, Cowboy Dave. So, listen, boys, you already know. We will see you next week, Wednesday, 9:30, when the Cowboys come on and going to be at 4-1. Dave will most likely have his pom-poms out. I will know where they're at. Matt will know where they're at as well. So we will see you next week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Cowboy Nation.
Go, boys.
Go, boys, go.